Many of the men who come to see me in my practice have a concern they're often hesitant to share. It's a concern that goes deeper than just physical. It affects their confidence and sense of connection. Dr. Sharma, they'll say, their voice trailing off, there's a problem. I just can't anymore. I want you to know 2 things right away. First, if you're over 60 and you've noticed your ejaculations aren't as strong as they used to be, or they're delayed or even absent, you are definitely not alone. And second, you don't have to simply accept this. This isn't just a normal part of aging. Your intimate life is quietly being undermined by a couple of silent adversaries lurking in the background. What's more, the pharmaceutical industry often profits from the idea that pills or injections are the only solution. But they're mistaken. I'm Dr. Anya Sharma, and after dedicating over 30 years to men's health, I'm here to expose these 2 adversaries. I'll explain what they are, how they work, and most importantly, how to fight them naturally using the power you already have in your kitchen. In this video, we'll explore why this is happening and what it might indicate about your overall health, especially concerning your prostate. There's no quick fix here. This involves proven science and a clear plan of action that you can start implementing today. Stay with me, because understanding these adversaries is the first step in overcoming them and reclaiming your vitality. And for those who stay until the end, I'll share a bonus tip, a simple 2-minute routine that can significantly accelerate your recovery. Before we dive in, if you value truth and want to stay strong, energized, and confident, please hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon. That way, you'll receive valuable content tailored specifically for men like you. And if you appreciate what you hear, leave a 1 in the comments. If not, let me know what you're searching for in the comments. I'm here to help. Now, let's uncover the strength of the first adversary and the fruit that combats it. You might be surprised. The first silent adversary targets your ejaculatory function, affecting your whole body, but its impact is most noticeable in your intimate moments. Inadequate blood flow. Think of your circulatory system as the roads that deliver nutrients and energy to every part of your body. Over time, those roads can become congested, narrow, and less efficient. Let me tell you about James. James, a 65-year-old who always took pride in his virility, came to me feeling really diminished by something, an almost non-existent ejaculation. I remember a phrase he used, "It feels like there's no pressure in the system, Dr. Sharma." He felt frustrated, and as that sense of power diminished, so did his confidence. James was describing a classic symptom of our first adversary in action. You see, ejaculation isn't a simple process. It's a highly complex neuromuscular event that requires perfect nerve-muscle coordination and, above all, healthy blood flow. The pelvic floor muscles need a surge of oxygenated blood to produce the strong, rhythmic contractions of orgasm. When circulation is poor, those contractions weaken, resulting in an ejaculation that feels weak or diminished. The key to that robust blood flow is a substance called nitric oxide. Your body uses nitric oxide as a signal for strength. This incredible molecule tells your artery walls to relax and widen. When your nitric oxide levels are optimal, your arteries become wide highways, allowing blood to flow with volume and force to the areas that need it most. Unfortunately, nitric oxide production naturally declines with age, so we need to provide our bodies with the tools to create it again. And our natural arsenal can help. As we discussed in a previous video, the pomegranate is a fantastic first weapon. It's rich in punicalagin, a polyphenol shown to boost nitric oxide production and protect your arteries. But today, I want to introduce you to a powerful ally, watermelon. Watermelon is one of nature's best sources of the amino acid L-citrulline. When you consume it, your body easily converts L-citrulline into L-arginine, which is the direct precursor to nitric oxide. Pomegranate and watermelon work together in perfect harmony to revitalize your circulatory system. I gave James a simple plan: a glass of pomegranate juice in the morning and 2 slices of watermelon as an afternoon snack. No medications, no complicated treatments. James returned to my office 2 weeks later with a different look in his eyes. He felt more than just a slight improvement. He noticed the difference in volume and strength. "The pressure is back," he told me. "Dr. Sharma, I feel powerful again." That shows you the power of confronting the first adversary. You're doing more than just treating a symptom. you're restoring your body's fundamental mechanisms. Once circulation is addressed, we can tackle the second adversary, which we'll explore next. While circulation is vital, it's only half the battle. The second adversary that targets your intimate function is more subtle and insidious. It operates in the chemistry and hormonal balance of your brain, rather than in your arteries. I'm talking about a stressed, overloaded hormonal and neurological system. Let me introduce you to Michael. At 58, Michael came to my office feeling disconnected from his wife, experiencing a significant loss of pleasure and delayed ejaculation. He described feeling anxious and a mental-physical disconnect. "I feel like I'm there, Dr. Sharma, but I'm not feeling anything," he said. "The joy is simply gone." Michael's story is a perfect illustration of our second adversary in action. He was battling more than just aging, he was battling chronic stress. You see, when we're constantly under stress, whether from work, finances, or health concerns, our bodies go into fight or flight mode. This releases cortisol, a hormone. Small amounts of cortisol can be helpful in emergency situations, but when it becomes chronic, it becomes a real health hazard for men. Cortisol directly antagonizes two substances that are critical to your vitality: dopamine and testosterone. Testosterone, as we all know, is the source of strength and desire. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, reward, and pleasure. When cortisol levels are high, dopamine and testosterone levels plummet. The result is decreased sensitivity, diminished desire, and a much harder time experiencing pleasure. Instead of being in a state of enjoyment, your nervous system is on high alert. So, how do we defeat this hidden enemy? By providing the proper resources to support our hormonal system. The first line of defense against hormone imbalance is the avocado. As we discussed in our last video, it's rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, which are the building blocks for testosterone production. It also contains vitamin B6, a secret weapon against stress that helps regulate and lower cortisol levels. But I want to introduce you to another powerful ally: pumpkin seeds. They're one of the best natural sources of magnesium and zinc, two essential minerals. Zinc is absolutely crucial for testosterone synthesis. Men with low zinc levels almost always have low testosterone. Magnesium, on the other hand, promotes better sleep and relaxes the nervous system, both of which are essential for managing cortisol levels. Zinc is also vital for prostate health. For Michael, the plan was simple: a handful of pumpkin seeds as a snack and half an avocado each day. In essence, he was nourishing his nervous and hormonal systems. By providing his body with this kind of support, Michael did more than just improve his function. In his own words, he rediscovered the connection and enjoyment he thought he had lost forever. The joy returned, and the anxiety subsided. By combating the enemies of circulation and hormonal imbalance, you can create a body that feels as good as it functions. Everything is in place for complete vitality. Let's put everything together with the last piece of the puzzle. We've identified the two hidden adversaries: inadequate circulation, which saps strength, and hormonal imbalance, which stifles pleasure. We've seen how pomegranate and watermelon help unblock your body's pathways, and how avocado and pumpkin seeds can support your hormones. But what happens when you combine all of this? What happens when a man not only fights both enemies, but also cultivates an environment where both can thrive? Let me introduce you to William. At 70, William felt like life was in black and white. He didn't have any specific complaints. He had simply resigned himself. He wasn't sick, but he wasn't truly living either. "Dr. Sharma," he said, "I'm just existing." He wanted to incorporate everything. He wasn't just focused on hormones or circulation. He started viewing his body as a system and committed to a daily routine: a glass of pomegranate juice in the morning, half an avocado at lunch, and a handful of pumpkin seeds in the afternoon. He was nourishing his body completely for the first time in decades. A month later, the change was remarkable. He didn't mention erections or volume. He talked about something much more fundamental. "I started dreaming again, Dr. Sharma," he told me. "I wake up with ideas. I want to get things done. I didn't realize I had this fog in my head. It just lifted." William experienced the power of synergy. When blood circulates freely, your brain receives more oxygen.